Okay, all right. I think we got that figured out there. I'm working on getting my transition from my intro tune to like the live here to be a little tighter, but you know, always working, always changing things around. What the hell is going on? TikTok and Twitch and YouTube and Kick. How the hell are we, guys? What's up? What's up? Well, I'm good. Thanks for asking. And here we are with a little more Season of Discovery, because why not? Everybody else was playing it, so why not? And we're just going to keep on keeping on with it. You know, we've been, honestly, I don't even know how much longer I'm going to play Season of Discovery. I really just wanted to get to Duskwood. I love questing in this place. I'm just kidding. I'll probably keep playing it. But still, I'm not lying when I say that I really do thoroughly enjoy Duskwood as a questing zone. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just playing a little bit of Season of Discovery. Yeah. But off stream, I have been playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm gonna play the first one, beat it, then play the second one. Might even stream some of that. I don't know, because I don't know how entertaining it is to watch somebody play that game, because like when I get zoned out in that game, it's pretty bad. But yeah, we might do it. Salutations to you as well. What's this guy got? You never understood these types of games. What do you mean? What's there to understand? What types of games are you referring to, big dog? Can I just not read right? Dude, he does not have a bronze tube. He has bronze framework, but it's not a bronze tube at all. So, all right, cool.
Be seeing you.
I don't think he's got what we need, boys, at all. Maybe it's this.
My, you're a tall one.
Buy a skilled engineer.
Hey.
Probably just go buy one off the auction house, right?
Off and away.
Probably can do that. We'll do that later. Let's go kill some werewolves. What do you think? What's that sound like, guys? You want to go kill some werewolves? Because I want to kill some werewolves. Hey, ba 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 da boom. Ba 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 da boom. Say it be ba 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 da boom. Am I the only one around here who put in the work to get Viridin's Fist? It's not that hard to get. I mean, you can do it solo. So it's obviously more difficult to do it solo, but you can get it solo. And I've had it since I was level 23. I mean, this is a really sexy ass hammer. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. What's this guy rocking? Now, he does have Smite's mighty hammer. That's not bad, but my hammer's better, by the way. Just so he knows it, my hammer's better. All right. We're looking for the Dark Runners, the Nightbane Dark Runners up on top of this hill over here. We got this. We got this. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, we got us another one. Wanting to come and join in on all the fun, eh? Get it? Was that two? Not yeah, it was two Dark Runners back to back. Fucking hell yeah, man. Those are Shadow Weavers. It'll probably be so much easier if me and this dude groups up. Hey, let me invite you to a group. I'm gonna help you out here. Well, I mean... Holy shit, I don't have Seal of Command up right now. Fucking world's worst paladin over here. Alright. It's alright though. Bet I can resurrect this guy, but I bet I don't have redemption on my bars because I'm a piece of shit. Wait, I do. Never mind. Not a piece of shit. Here we go. Resurrection coming in. Or incoming, as they say. I just did not quite get to him in time. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, you need to eat and drink. You're welcome. Now, don't be crazy and fucking follow me. Jesus Christ. What does he have on? He's got red aura on. All right, I'm going to pop Devo aura. So, that's what I'm talking about. Wisdom, please. All right, this dude's killing me. We don't need to kill Shadow Weavers, but we're going to do it anyway just in case he does. Because there will be some Night Runners that spawn up here, and that's okay. Congrats on the level. GZ, my boy. We got Dark Runner. Okay, we got Dark Runners in here. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. This is gonna get saucy. Brother, you better get over here and start fucking pounding this out with me. Don't make me do this all by my lonesome. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Just two paladins whooping ass out in the world. That's what we're looking for. Here's a chest. Roll. Man, I got a 53. Go for it. I mean, I don't. It's probably garbage, but you know, that's just that's the polite thing to do. Yeah, I mean, it's my fucking inventory is full again. Get the fuck out of town. Whatever. I do have a lot of fucking stupid shit in here. All right. No big deal. Dark Runners. A lot of them spawn down this way, actually. Where's he going? Where the fuck are you going? Where the fuck are you going? Is he going up here? Where the fuck is he going? Hey. Hey, man. Hey, man. Is he fucking done with the quest, or? You done with quest? Cause he just fucking bounced. Alright, cool. I mean, I'm not done with the fucking quest, but... You see, in my day of playing WoW, when this content was live, you used to stay in the group and help people out until everybody completed the quest. But I guess that's just, I guess that's a little too old-fashioned these days. It's fine. I'll do it myself. What's up, Ricky? Ricky T1E, what's going on? How are you? Get in here. How the hell you doing? I mean, he could have stuck around, helped me kill some organs. I guess it's not. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Well, this just ain't gonna happen right here. This is bad. We've got this option, which is fine. We can heal a little bit. This is the fastest 8 seconds ever. All right, well, I was able to fucking kill one of them. Brother. What is happening? Lay on hands. Let's see if I can run away. I don't know how I pulled 4 of them. That's insane. Okay, hold on. They're leashing. They're leashing. All right, we're good. We're good. But if he'd have been here, then that's why you don't abandon your friends, man. What is my fucking hair doing? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm fucking going bald, chat. All right. Well, we can probably throw Red Aura back on since how he fucking dipped out, left us. All right. Did we just get one? All right. We got 2, but I think I can handle 2. Especially if I stun this boy in the back. Go, bad bitch. Go, bad bitch. Go. Go, bad bitch. Go, bad bitch. Go. Oh, yeah. We're in great shape. You don't know what hit him. Ooh. Ooh. I really need something to crit really fucking bad or I'm gonna die. Oh. Oh. That was right there on the precipice. I was on the precipice of death. Bro, I've got such a bad fucking like farmer's tan going on. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's terrible. Gotta correct that immediately. With a fucking tan in bed or longer sleeves. I don't know which one, but we're gonna figure it out. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. I might be able to grab this one and not those 2. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. That was some nifty, sneaky little shit I just pulled right there. That was really nice. Okay, and then I can easily handle those 2, and then that'll complete the quest. No shit, I just pulled him solo too. What? How the fuck did I pull all of them a minute ago? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Well, now he shows up. A little late, my guy. Jesus. Oh yeah, my shit's all full. Cool. Hell yes, we got skeletal mage and work. We got to go get rid of some of this stuff in our bags. This is fucking. This is just crazy talk. Walking around with a full inventory this whole damn time. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Anybody else? Anybody else thinking we're gonna get Classic Plus announced pretty soon? Isn't that the scuttlebutt right now? Isn't that the topic of interest? I've seen a lot of people that are playing the new updated Project Ascension because I know Blizzard's like shutting it down or whatever, but that kind of legal stuff takes a few months, so people are kind of just getting in there and grinding it out or whatever. Never played any of them myself, but the idea or the pretty much guarantee at this point, it's not even an idea or a theory that Classic Plus in some capacity is coming on the horizon with the data mines and, you know, all the stuff that has alluded to it. But what's it going to look like? Is Blizzard going to miss the mark on this? Or are they going to hit the nail on the head? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Blizzard has definitely exceeded, but also subverted expectations for me my entire life, my entire time playing this game. Like, on one hand, you imagine that they can figure it out. They can do it because they see what people like from all these other private servers. They just have to find a way to implement them in their own game. I don't know. I don't know. What does Classic Plus look like to you? Lagundi. God, I'm being such a fucking terrible paladin right now. I'm not buffing anybody. That's bad. Wait, somebody else sell bronze tubes over here? No, it's the same fucking guy. And he doesn't sell bronze tubes. He doesn't have them.
King's honor, friend. Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
Purging all the werewolves. Listen, dude, I don't have any mushrooms for you, but boy, do I've got some other goodies. I need to offload a whole bunch of inventory because I got some crap. Tons of crap. Crap. Mega crap. Okay, that's better. I don't know what half this crap is. Some of this stuff I could probably sell in the auction house. You never know. Somebody might want it. Do we know, though? Do we know? Would it sell? Would it? Alright. We're in the middle of werewolf murder and skeletal mage murder. So we're gonna continue with that. Holy shit, I have an unspent talent point. Ooh. You know what we need to do, though? We really need to increase our strength. That's going to be useful. People like that. Where the fuck am I going? There he is. What's up? Fucking asshole. Is the Seal of Martyrdom... I feel like Seal of Command does more damage than Seal of Martyrdom. I don't mean, I could be fucking wrong here. But I swear I feel like Seal of Command's better, but I might be wrong. I might be so fucking wrong. You know, another good part about fucking being in Duskwood as a paladin? Everything over here is undead. And here's another one. Here's another Seal of Martyrdom. But also damage you for your party and raid. Fuck, dude. Let's test it out again. I don't know. Let's fucking see. Well, hold on. Obviously, we want to open with that, and then we'll throw that back up. Is the damage higher? Holy shit, it might be. Then why the fuck am I spec'd into Seal of Command? Okay, well, I guess I've been fucking playing wrong. Do we need to unspec Seal of Command because Martyrdom appears to be better? I don't know. I really don't know, but that felt more powerful there. Maybe that's why everybody else is using it. I mean, I'm also like I out-leveled this stuff here, but I don't know, we're gonna test it out. We're gonna keep tightening up the screws, if you know what I mean. That's fine. Ooh. Man, I feel like I'm over here too early, because isn't there another quest that brings us over here? That's fine. I'm gonna kill this ghoul twice if I have to. I mean, it is good because it does generate mana for you, and like I don't take enough damage to where I feel like I'm gonna die one-on-one with most of these guys. Dude, I have out-leveled this area, haven't I? Damn it. But I like questing here. And I feel like I haven't hardly done any of them. We still gotta go kill more Lottom and all them folk. More Bent Fail. It's my childhood, man. It's my childhood coming back to me. Bro, did I steal that from you? I'm so sorry. I did not see you. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. They don't have shared tagging back then. Today. In this version of the game. Blue. Shit. This is pretty much the only collection of these either as well. Mother shit. Alright. I'm definitely probably still shouldn't be here. Definitely probably still shouldn't be here, but that's okay. The mages are done, so we are 3 warriors. Alright. Fucking. Holy shit, don't do it. Don't do it, you piece of shit. He's mine. I did it again. I did it again. That's the same paladin, too. It's pretty much a pally party going on over here. Everybody wants to play a paladin. I've been playing Paladin, though, for like 15 years. The first few years that I played WoW, I played a mage. That was my first ever WoW character. But the most amount of time, the most tune that I've spent playing time... Alright, I could be having a stroke. I don't fucking know. The class that I've played the most of has been Paladin. Okay. More werewolf murder. It would seem. Tainted ones and vile fangs. Exceptional. Well, there's not a fucking one in sight. Somebody just came through here and killed all of them is what it looks like. Somebody been here. Damn, these guys are like fucking 3 levels up, man. Little challenge if we... Oh, this is not going to go good at all. Ooh. Fucking nope. Peace. I don't think I can do this quest yet. I need to go turn some... Run. Run, goddammit. Let's go. The fuck? I don't know. For some reason, I thought I was going to fucking slap cheeks, but... Turns out I was going to get cheeks slapped. Yeah, I might want to get a level or 2 so I can at least hit these bitches. There's way too many misses for me to be comfortable at all. What's the name of the game? This is World of Warcraft, but more specifically, this is the classic Season of Discovery version of the game. I don't know if you're familiar with World of Warcraft, but there's like 9 versions of the game right now. So it's a little confusing, but yeah. And how are you, Shanks boy? Exceptional. Holy crit. Fuck yeah.
Well met. See you around.
Commander Althea Ebenlock of Darkshire wants you to kill 15 skeletal fiends and 15 skeletal horrors.
Be careful.
Alright, Dan. Alright, Dan. You played Dota? You know, I've never played Dota in my life. I've never played either of them. Dota 1, Dota 2. I don't even know how many Dotas there are, but yep, never been my thing. Never been my thing. I have honestly, though, if I'm being 100% honest with you, Shanks, I have foregone playing a lot of games in the last 20 years because I have been pretty much always involved with WoW in some capacity. You know, WoW players tend to say we never really quit. We just take breaks from the game. That pretty much sums me up pretty well because I have been playing WoW for 20 years. And even though I'm not really playing retail right now, I've kind of taken an indefinite break from the retail version of the game with the new excitement surrounding the possibility or the pretty much the guarantee, but just we don't know in what capacity of Classic Plus. I'm getting the itch to come back and play because I had kind of taken an extended break there for a little bit. So pretty excited about that. Let's see if we can avoid stitches here. Nope, son of a bitch. All right, Stitches. See if we can get it. No, he definitely resisted the stun, so that's no good. There's no way he can keep up with me. I mean, look, his body mass. There's no fucking way. Damn, I thought I was far enough away. I thought I'd given him plenty of leeway there, but apparently I did not. Well, listen, that you learn that. You'll learn that. Can't be anywhere near him. Fucking Stitches, bro. Snitches get stitches, and stitches got me. We've got plenty of skeletal fiends and horrors over at this graveyard over here. Damn it. I hate having to walk all the fucking way back here when I'm trying to get over here. You know what I mean? All right. Back to life. Like I said, we're gonna postpone that quest until we get another level or two under our belt. Shouldn't take too much longer though. We'll go over there. We'll definitely get it taken care of. But what was that? Is that another fucking paladin? My gosh, I've seen nothing else but paladins over here. God, we are popular. Check this. I mean, there are other things, but a paladin does seem pretty popular. Lots of paladins. You got him. Show him who's boss. Ja. You're welcome. You're welcome. People don't even know how to say thank you in this game anymore. Unbelievable. Oh. Return to jitters. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We can handle that. My boy jitters. I've out-leveled this quest, you know, a little bit, but
Good day to you. See you later.
we're going to see it through. We're going to see it through. I'm what you might call somewhat of a completionist. Just a little bit. Nah, honestly, if this were any other zone, I probably would have dipped out. But as I've said, I love this zone. It was always one of my favorite zones for questing on the Alliance side. You know, I started out my whole WoW career. I started out Horde, right? Because, you know, heavy metal, and I was just like, fuck yeah. And I went years and years playing only Horde, never really touched an Alliance character. And this was back when like faction identity kind of mattered a little bit. So like people were like, yeah, you know, I play Alliance, I play Horde, and you know, we don't ever cross that boundary. But once they started to kind of strip away a whole lot of the I guess dividing elements to where faction really doesn't matter anymore, I realized there was a whole section of the game that I was missing out on because I never leveled a character through the Alliance zones. So yeah, that was always pretty cool. And then I got to go back and do it like real official, like with you know, when they first released the first iteration of Classic back in 2019, and that was pretty cool to do that. And I always really enjoyed this zone. But yeah, there was a bunch of information nobody asked for, but this is my fucking stream, and I'll talk about what I want. Healers, you say? Raiders? Seemingly a bunch of useless ones over here that we don't need to be killing at the moment. We got them all nice and spread out. A little smorgasbord for you. Bruh. Were those things even, like, useful anymore? Fucking 15 of each. It's insanity. Get back here, let me buff you, goddammit. Can't be coming over here and doing all that nice shit for me and then not let me throw one of my useless little buffs on you. It only lasts 10 minutes, but 10 minutes can change your life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't picking up no more of those fucking things. I don't ever do anything with them. I hate them. It's mine. Just fucking beating the brakes off of stuff over here. Appreciate you, big homie. That dude's like really in my corner. That's like the second time he's like helped me like unprompted. What an absolute G. Restless. I can tell he won't stop doing flips. And those exorcism crits really come in handy. They're real nice. I'm whooping ass left and right. So much so that my mana's starting to run out. Get out of town. Sheedy down them. Now it's more of those healer folks. Okay, here we go. Damn. Damn, I'm gonna have to drink. I'm gonna have to have a beverage. I'm out of mana. Take a little sip. Little sip. Taking a little sip, guys. Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. Who's ringing my fucking doorbell right now? I got time for this. I'm gonna go away. I'm streaming, dog. Time to go bye-bye. Let's take a look. Solicitations. What am I supposed to do with that, huh? Wait. I need to get me a sign. I need to get me a sign that says no thank you. Just blanket, no thank you. Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying. Go away. See you later. We're looking for fiends, right? 7 of them. 7 founds. Oh man, he's probably gonna get it. He's a caster. He had ample opportunity to take it, and he didn't do it. Ample opportunity. Wait. There we go. They're starting to respawn. Oh shit. That's old Morladim. Gotta watch out for old Morladim. We are not prepared to deliver unto him thine business. I can't do it right now. I would give it my all, but I know that I cannot do it. You know how I know I can't do it? Because asshole killed me a little while ago, and I put up everything I had, and it weren't all that. I didn't have enough. I didn't have the juice just yet, but it won't be long. It won't be long. We'll put him down. But I appreciate the vote of confidence, Scott. I do. Fucking all right. Seeing as how you asked so nicely, I'm gonna do it, but it's probably not gonna go. Because here's the reason why it's not gonna go well, and I know it's not gonna go well. Because he's 35 elite, and I'm only 28. I know it's not going. I'm barely gonna be able to land hits on him, brother. You gotta be in a group, or you gotta be at least like, how long ago? I don't know. Probably an hour or so ago. Just kind of throwing that around, but that's probably about right. Fucking look at him. Look at him. He's walking no fear. If you try to play it, all right. Well, seeing as how, all right. I mean, this is about all I got. Here we go. We're gonna go in hot. Well, you know, we did get a crit off of the exorcism, so there's that. We should probably Devo Aura because, motherfucker, did you see that? Did you see that, Rebecca? Thank you for the follow, dear. Well, listen, we barely did anything. Yeah, pray for parries. Yeah, there's none. There's no parries in there. If I did like a sword shield, I might be able to last a little bit longer, but you see how he fucking one-shotted me there? Dude killed me. He's no joke. Morladim is no joke. I mean, that is a group quest. You got to do that in a group, or you got to out-level it a little bit. Look at this handsome guy. Why, thank you, Ithaman. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try, you know. Is it the beard balm? I just bought a new beard balm, and I'm almost positive the guy scammed me. He told me it was all natural and stuff like that. But honestly, it'll make me feel better about that purchase if it's the beard balm. You think it's the beard balm? All about the beard. Thank you. Okay. I feel justified in my purchase because it was an expensive beard balm. Okay. It was really up there in price. So now I feel better about the purchase. You're a beard man yourself? Well, there you go. Oh my God. But don't worry, we'll be back. We're going to be back for more Lateem later. We might end up in a group, or we might just wait until we out-level a little bit and we can stomp a little mud hole in his ass. You can really do it with 2 or 3 people of the appropriate level. You really can. So I'm almost positive I've done it with 2 people before. Now I think we were both like level 34 or 35 at the time, but you can definitely do it. What happened? Where are we? What do you mean? What are you talking about? A77? Yeah, you did it. You did a good job, big homie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you. Like I said, I was going to give it a try. I did it, you know. Never say never. I did not. I was completely unsuccessful, but we fucking gave it our best try. Did the absolute best we could do. Now I'm running into shit. Got myself all shook up. All right, that is all for them. Now we need to go up here and turn this quest in because we're so close to the hermit. The hermit. Oh, whoop. 1 away from 1,000. Hey, man, that's pretty good. It's pretty sharp. Pretty sharp fingers there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Scott. Thank you so much. You enjoy as well, sir. Now I know one of these quests you got to kill. Yeah, we're gonna wake up at Eliza, the bride of the embalmer. She's a bitch to kill too. She's a little tough.
See
Abercrombie.
you around. How are you? Safe travels.
Because normally she comes with some guards, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see, that's what I thoroughly enjoy about this area. There's like these 3 or 4 different like elite quests or whatever that kind of forced you into a group. Good stuff. It's good things. It's a good, I mean, and I'm not doing this, I'm not using this as a reason to like talk shit about retail WoW, because I'm not, I understand they're 2 different games and they need to be, but you're not really incentivized to play in a group in retail WoW in the leveling process. In fact, the leveling process in retail WoW is kind of obsolete at this point, or redundant. It's just unnecessary. Retail WoW is listening. You're probably right. But you're not incentivized to play the game in a group unless you want to push the harder content in retail WoW, which makes it feel like less of an MMO and then just more of like a little dungeon crawler game. I guess that's what I miss from the earlier iterations of WoW, is I miss how you had to talk to people, you had to interact, you had to be a part of the world you were playing in, as opposed to sitting in the main city and waiting for a queue to pop. You know, not saying that one is better than the other. I understand that people have different play styles. I'm just saying that is something that I miss from the earlier iterations of the game. Twiddly, how the hell are you?
For the Alliance. Need help? Be careful.
Dude, I'm sorry I haven't been playing Season of Discovery lately. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I got semi-addicted to that game. It was pretty bad. My wife had to come to me and be like, hey, you need to like do other things. And so I was like, okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I played for like 9 hours straight over the weekend. Yeah, I was playing the shit out of that game. I'd never played it before. And then when the second one came out and it got Game of the Year, or not Game of the Year, but it won a BAFTA award, I think, and then it got nominated for Game of the Year, but obviously it didn't win. But I was like, yeah, I need to check that game out, but I can't play the second one until I play the first one, because them's the rules. And man, I started playing that game, and fuck, it's so real that it's almost annoying, but boy, I fucking love it. Love it. Ithaman, thank you for all the love. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the love and affection. Am I saying that right? Ithaman? I don't know, I'm trying. It could be Ithaman. I said it right? All right, good. Want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correct. Hey, to be fair, right, I get it. I am playing Alliance, but I did start my WoW journey 20 years ago. I only played Horde, strictly Horde. My very, very first character that I ever made was a Blood Elf Mage, because I didn't start officially playing WoW until Burning Crusade. I played a trial account on Classic, a couple different times, and I made a couple different characters. I don't really count those. My first official character that I ever made was a Blood Elf Mage. So I did play Horde for like the first, like strictly Horde 2 for like the first 5 years that I played WoW. And then, as I said earlier in the stream, I realized that I was kind of selling myself short, only playing half of a game. I'd never experienced any of the Alliance starting zones and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta get on that. You know, I don't want to miss out. Yeah, I get that. To be honest, to be fair with you, I'm a Horde at heart. Most of my tunes and my characters have been Horde. Only seldom have I played ones that weren't. The only reason I'm playing Alliance now is because I wanted to play a Paladin on Season of Discovery. So if I could play a Paladin on Horde in Season of Discovery, I would probably be playing Horde. What's going on, Mike Hale? How are you? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping in. It's good to have you here. And my dogs. Hodor, what are you doing? Huh? What's up? Were you looking for more food? No. The vet said you need to lose about 5 pounds, you chunky boy. My chubby little beagle just came in here to say hi, but he's in here sniffing like he's looking for some snacks or something. Made your first tune day 1 of vanilla as a Tauren druid and still main boomy to this day. Dude, listen, that's pretty badass. I played the mage. I played the mage up until Wrath of the Lich King, and then by that time I really wanted to check out a paladin because paladins were like really, really good in Wrath of the Lich King. Whenever I switched over to the paladin in Wrath of the Lich King, that's pretty much what I stuck with throughout the entire WoW journey after that. So I played mage all the way through the Burning Crusade, the very beginning of Burning Crusades, into Wrath of the Lich King. But by the end of Wrath of the Lich King, I had made the paladin and really enjoyed playing paladin, and I've pretty much mained paladin since then. But with the way WoW is now and leveling and stuff being extremely easy, I have pretty much everything at max level over on retail. But I don't play much retail right now. It's just retail's slowly kind of becoming a game that's not made for me, and that's okay. I understand that they've evolved the game into something that's more approachable to more people and stuff like that, but it just isn't, it's not WoW to me anymore. And that's okay, you know. I'm not going to be one of those people that gets pissed off and mad and, you know, critiques it to no end. There's just things that I don't like about it that I don't expect them to fix just for me. So I'm going to play the version of the game that still brings me joy. What's going on, Kitty? How are you? Pally's your favorite as well? Hell yeah, hell yeah. You main a rogue, but he's for PvP. Yeah, you play every class though. Yeah, I see, kind of the same thing. Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, you know, I am curious. I know that there's been some talk about like once the World So saga is over, you know, people have mentioned this like WoW 2.0. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I definitely don't see them going backwards. I think they're going to keep with the trend of, I mean, honestly, the best term that I've found for it is the Disneyfication of WoW. You know, when I fell in love with WoW, it was very fucking heavy metal. It was very badassery and stuff like that. And I wouldn't care about the changing of the artwork direction and stuff like that if I didn't feel like they were writing characters completely different than they had initially wrote some of the characters. I feel like they have rewritten characters to be, I guess, more tolerable by people. I'm not sure. But like I said, it's just going in a direction that's not something that I'm interested in as much as I used to be. Certainly as much as I used to be as far as like this era of the game. You know, Wrath of the Lich King, even Cataclysm. Like, I know people talk shit about Cataclysm, but I think that was still a good era of the game. I had a really good time in Mists of Pandaria. I think Legion is one of the best expansions they ever came out with. So there's been different expansions throughout the history of WoW that I've really, really enjoyed. And then there's been ones that I haven't. But now it seems like they have found a groove with the artwork direction and the style and the gameplay that I don't think they're going to deviate from that because it's so successful. Yeah, nothing against retail. It's just not your jam. Same thing here. Same thing with me. I get we'll always have a big baddie to fight, but to the core part of the game is faction war, 100%, and that's gone. That's gone. There is no faction war anymore. The Alliance and the Horde fucking love each other now. That's all they do is get together and fight all these big baddies, but it's called the World of Warcraft. You know, that is what the game should be about. I'm actually tired of always having a big bad to fight. You know, you can have raids and stuff built around stories. And see, that was what was so good about some of the classic era, like especially classic WoW, is that it didn't really have a huge big bad to fight. I mean, it kind of did, but it really didn't incentivize the factions to have to work together. You know, there was Onyxia, there was Ragnaros, you know, there was, oh God, Kel'Thuzad. You know, you had all these things that you were going after and you had these goals, but it didn't necessarily mean that the entire world had to come together to fight them together. But as things got bigger and the threats became more cosmic and stuff like that, yeah, everybody had to set aside petty grievances. But at that point, you have the factions and they just don't matter. They kind of seem weightless. But can we all still agree on one thing? Housing saved retail. I mean, in my opinion, I don't have any interest in housing. Hey, I appreciate the follow, King Davis. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like I initially thought it was kind of cool when they first rolled it out and I messed around with it, but I don't guess I have the patience or the desire to put the time in that some people do. And you know what? Like I said, I love that there are people that love the game because of housing. If people are playing the game just because they enjoy the housing, you know, element of it, that's awesome. I'm never going to take joy in somebody not getting something that they want out of a game simply because it's not what I want. But for me, you think my cam is off? Holy shit, my camera fucking went off. Let's fix it. It did. Twiddly, you're right. It's right, but I'll fix it right now. How did that happen? It's crazy. All right, let me 2 seconds. Shut that off. You know what? All right, we got this. One second, I'm gonna pop back up in just a second. I'll be right back. Hold on. It's gonna happen. Fucking maybe. Did it get unplugged? I'll fix this shit right now. Maybe. All right, let's see what we got here. In that shit. There we go. There we go. And then brace yourself. There it is. There it is. There it is. Wizard fingers over here. I'm a technological techno wizard. Just kidding. I barely got that to work. Honestly, I was kind of freaking out. Anyway, hold on. Housing. So also, I think your cam is off. You were right. You like it only because of the events you do. You have a PvP arena room in mind that you host a tournament. That's cool. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not my thing, but it doesn't have to be my thing. Like, I'm not criticizing the game and saying that it's bad because I don't like it. That's like the thing that I need to like convince people of the most whenever I'm critical of World of Warcraft. What I need to convince people of when it comes is like, I'm not saying that retail WoW is bad.
What can I do?
I'm saying the game is no longer made for me. The game is no longer what it used to excite me about Azeroth and World of Warcraft. Which isn't to say that it may not be that someday again. It isn't that way right now. And so long as there is another version of the game to play like Classic Plus, which, you know, potentially is going to be announced pretty soon, things like that, I'm probably going to opt to play those. And that's all I got to say about that.
Greetings.
You know, they keep telling me this guy's got a fucking bronze tube, but he
Have a
doesn't.
great day now.
You have to buy it from the auction house. And we also leveled up. Let's get that strength up a little bit more, we think. Oh, Nightbot, will you keep your mouth shut? Who was talking to you anyway? Twiddly, can you believe Nightbot's still in here hooting and hollering? One like every 4 hours? Well, I appreciate you, Mills. Thank you so much. There's no way in hell I'm going to time that out properly. It's a limited buy, so that means I probably should just go to the auction house and get one. Probably be a better call, you think? That's fine. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Whenever Nightbot subs, he can talk, right? I agree. He's always in here talking shit, though. Hey, I appreciate the follow, Mills. Thank you. We're going to just thread the needle here. And we're going to kill this chick. Well, let's kill this guy first, right? But the reason that I'm playing Season of Discovery right now, as opposed to like regular Classic Anniversary or Burning Crusade Classic, is because I really enjoyed Season of Discovery when it first launched. And I know they've kind of dropped the service on it right now, and it's just kind of this thing that there's been like a recent community push of people wanting to get back in it and play it because of all the fuss about Classic Plus and stuff like that. And I was like, hell yeah, it's a great time to do it. The realms are pretty full and alive with people that I've noticed. I mean, there's been a lot of people running around and questing, and that's all that you need to make a game feel fun. It doesn't have to be the newest thing. It doesn't have to be the most current thing. But if you have people, just a core group of people playing it and having fun, then it's going to be fun. People want to play in a world that they feel like matters. And if you and 5,000 other people are in a world playing, then it clearly matters. And that's all I need Season of Discovery to be right now, because I still believe that this version of the game, or a classic-esque version of the game, is still the better version for me. It's very comfortable. This might be a term used by females more often than not, but I believe it is a very cozy game. I find this version of WoW to be low stress, very cozy, something I can have a hot cup of coffee, decaf, of course, in the evening, and just chill and get lost in the world. And that's the way I like it. That's the way I want it. You know what I'm saying? Quests, 21 new classes, lore accurate, all in a classic style. Probably controversial. I've been playing Project Ascension. It's every zone is revamped, new quests. I've been thinking about checking it out, Mills. I might actually check it out. Do you like it? I mean, how does it feel to you? Do you like Project Ascension? And do you think that that's the direction that Classic Plus should go in? Because Project Ascension is going to get shut down. But that stuff usually takes a few months, right? Like I'm pretty sure Ascension just released kind of an update, right? There was some kind of an update that came out semi-recently. So it's very amazing. Haven't had this much fun in WoW in a long time. That's what I want. I want that, but I want it brought to, through obviously through a legitimate source, because ultimately we know that Project Ascension can't last. It is still operating on a stolen IP, and they are going to shut it down because they've shut down every other one. It's only going to last for as long as Blizzard allows it to, which isn't going to be much longer. So
Safe travel.
It's one reason why I've been hesitant to play anything like that. But ultimately, I do want to see. I hope that's what Project Camelot is. You love the prestige concept of Ascension, but I do like having classes. No. I'm not trying to convince you to not play it, Mills. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you playing it. I'm just saying that's like, I'm not taking Season of Discovery serious. I'm just getting on here and doing it because I enjoyed playing. I enjoyed Classic, and I like the idea of Classic with a twist, with some extra abilities and some fun stuff to do. I really, really like that. All the classes have new spells and custom animation. So that like puts a whole lot of like creative control back into the hands of the player when it comes into like player representation, right? You know, if you can sort of change the way that your abilities look and stuff like that, as opposed to another person that's playing a similar class, you know, you can sort of set an identity to your character, and that's good. Because we've definitely lost class identity, in my opinion, inside of retail, just because every class can pretty much do everything to a certain extent. Every class has its own sort of self-heal. Every class has its own interrupt. Every class has its own, you know, used to be you needed to group with people. You had to build groups around certain classes having certain abilities so that like where you're weak in one area, your party is strong in another. That was kind of the whole concept of playing with the party. I mean, I'm pretty sure WoW was just supposed to be D&D, but on the computer. Oh, really? All the new spells have custom animations separate from what the spells were in regular WoW. Oh, so they went in and they've like actually added in their own animations and things like that. Yeah, I would say that that's one of the things that I'm eagerly waiting for, or is the reveal of what Classic Plus is, what it's going to look like, and if Blizzard's going to hit the mark or not. And they've really got to be careful with how they handle it. Like and they have in the past, they have been so close in the past and just barely missed the mark in a lot of areas. I hope this is not one of those. You think it's worth it at the very least to check it out and see what it's like? Yeah, you don't think they're going to bring out a Classic Plus to match something like Turtle WoW or Ascension or something like that? Probably not. I don't know what it would look like entirely, but I wonder if it would actually be like, it would be more than what Season of Discovery was. Like, I almost wonder if it's going to be Classic WoW, but they just do horizontal progression and they update some zones, or they add in some of the older zones that were supposed to be in Classic, like Hyjal and Oldham and stuff like that, or Grimbatol and things like that, if they make those accessible. But I would hope, I really don't feel like they can afford to drop the ball on something that they know people want so much, because you have too many versions of the game now as it is. You have too many versions. You just miss the art of communicating with people to form groups like in TBC Classic. You got to actually talk to people in retail. You never have to. Yeah, and I think that's at the core of what I'm talking about is, you know, when it comes back to the game changing over time to where it's a solo game that you can choose to play with other people if you want to. I mean, the literal introduction of delves into the game was saying, hey, here's a dungeon you can do by yourself and still get pretty good gear. You're not going to get the absolute best gear in the game because you're not rating Mythic and all that stuff, but you can get pretty damn good gear and you never have to play with another player if you don't want to. And like, that's fine because that is more suitable to a lot of people's lifestyle and everything that they can afford to do with their time. They got families, whatever. So that's not a bad thing. It's just not what I want the game to be. You think that their version of Classic Plus will be very bare bones? Yeah, I mean, I also have that concern. I'm hoping that we're both wrong, but we'll definitely see. SoD is back. I wouldn't say that it's back. It's just there's been this kind of like a community push. A lot of streamers, not me. I don't really consider myself a streamer, but I mean, I'm currently streaming to you, but like, you know, like real streamers, the ones who do this full time. They kind of created like this community push to do another season of Discovery, like fresh playthrough, and I'm joining in on the fun. So in a way, it's back. The servers are hopping right now. I'm on Wild Growth right now. Ironforge and Stormwind are both fucking full of people pretty much any time of the day that I log on. So have fun, dude. Enjoy leveling. Classic Plus will be great. I sure hope so, Alvin. I really hope so, man. And I will have fun. Thank you so much. Are you currently playing SoD, or what version of the game are you checking out right now? it destroyed WoW for what it was. What do you mean, Miranda? What destroyed WoW for what it was? I was saying a whole bunch of shit right there, so I want to make sure that I answer your question. That's Blizzard for you. Oh, the delves. Okay, you feel like the raid finder. Yeah. So that's, and I agree with you. So that was like the problem. They added delves, which is literally just a solo dungeon that you can do. You can do them in a group, but why? If you can do them solo, and they're usually easier to do solo, much quicker. And yeah, it destroyed WoW for what it was, or what I want it to be. You know, I enjoyed, there was nothing funner than that right there. What just happened on screen right there does not happen in retail WoW. Mainly because it doesn't need to, because we don't rely on fucking buffs the way that we used to back in this game. But like, this guy ran up and buffed me with something. And it's just the smallest little interaction. It makes the world feel alive. You want to know why that would never happen in retail WoW? Because we would never be doing this in retail WoW. We would be instantly teleporting to wherever we wanted to go, or we'd be fucking flying over everything. You don't see the world. And I know that there was like community pushback the last time that they were like, hey, you can't get flying in the new zones until you complete all the quests and the campaign and all this. And everybody threw a fucking bitch fit about it. And it was just like, do you not want to see the world that you're playing in, or do you just want to teleport around it or fly everywhere? I don't like that. Now, I understand people have different play styles and opinions on how things should go. And you know what? That's fine. But to me, I think flying mounts, honestly, flying mounts probably hurt the world too, you know? I know they've been around since, you know, the Burning Crusades, but I mean, I really think that they've had a detrimental impact on the game because you don't get to see the world. Classic WoW feels larger than retail does, even though retail has like 5 more continents and all this other stuff. Classic still feels like a bigger game. The world is huge because you have to walk everywhere. You were a big player back in Wrath and it just isn't the same. I completely agree with you. Ascension is a juggernaut. You guys not playing. Haven't checked it out yet, but Mills and I were just talking about that. You think Blizzard caters to the player base a little too much? 100% agree. Honestly, I think they could take a page out of the people making Path of Exile. They literally, the guy over there said that, you know, you don't want your player base to have too much creative control over your vision for the game. Because players don't know what the fuck they want half the time. That's just the truth. We don't know what we want. We think we do, or we're so divided on it. They need to stick to their guns, make the game the way that they think it should be made, and if people don't like it, they won't play it. But Blizzard spends so much time trying to make everyone happy. They're trying to make a game for everyone, and they're going to end up with a game for no one. I said what I said. I appreciate the follows, guys. I thank you so much. Don't get you started on the fact that it only takes no more than a few days to max level. Yeah, that's kind of the real drawback, is that leveling, honestly, in retail WoW, they just need to do away with it. They just need to let you pick your character and bada boom, instantly full level, or full level, max level. It's so redundant and stupid. Like, the only reason they put it in, there's no way you're going to cram all these expansions worth of story into the leveling experience anyway. It's just, there's no point to it now. There's nobody's exploring the world. They're just doing what they can. They're spamming dungeons, all trying to get to max level so that they can play the in-game content. Leveling used to be the game. That was the game, because everybody knows Classic doesn't offer much in terms of in-game. You know, it doesn't. You end up raid logging. You log on once a week to raid, and that's it. Okay, but as far as like the leveling experience was the game, and that's why it took months to get a character to max level, and then it took even more weeks or months to get all the pieces of gear you needed. That was before people had optimized the fun out of the game. Now everybody knows the best tech and the best strats to get this piece of gear and where to get it and how to get it and how to level. Like, we optimize the fun out of everything we do because it's all about being competitive or being the best. And I think that's a shame. Captain Croc, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, man. Oh, there's a huge demand for Classic and Classic Plus. There is a huge demand for it. And that's what me and Mills were talking about right there, is that we're so afraid Blizzard's going to fall short on it because, and I'm not saying that they will, but I'm just saying they have a history of kind of not living up to the expectations or promising something and it not launching the way that they said it would. Bring back the LAN party. Dude, I had so many LAN parties, me and the boys back in the day. Oh my God. We used to go to my parents' house, and in the basement we would set up our laptops or our desktops or whatever. I mean, when Mr. Pandaria launched, when it launched, we played for like 40 hours straight. Okay. Of course, we were, younger back then, so our like hearts could handle it, but we were just like downing fucking energy drinks left and right. I think we went through like a friggin' 24 pack of Monsters. It was wild. Turn off the Wi-Fi and link up. Yeah, Mr. Pandaria was a great expansion. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a good PvP expansion too, because we did a lot of PvP back then. It was tons of fun, man. Tons of fun. Let me put this over here. There we go. That's a little there. Oh, man. What's the difference between Classic and Classic Plus? To my understanding, Classic Plus is basically going to be, it's going to be the heart and soul that Classic was, but it's going to feature some horizontal progression, maybe some updated areas in the game that were previously meant to be released, maybe some different class combinations, some new abilities. It's not going to focus on what they call vertical progression, which is just, a new expansion and you power up and make your character more powerful. But it's going to add content into the game that, they never expanded upon because they were so quick to get to that next expansion. That's what the idea of it is, right? It's about taking the heart and the bones of the game and expanding upon that in more of a horizontal fashion as opposed to vertical. So you add in maybe some new abilities for some classes and stuff like that. Some new zones where the artwork doesn't change, but it's just zones we never saw before. That's at least what I believe Classic Plus should be. People might have different opinions about what it needs to be, but Season of Discovery was sort of like a precursor to what I think they thought Classic Plus could be, which Season of Discovery was they just added in abilities that didn't exist inside of Classic into Classic. I have Crusader Strike right now as a Paladin. That didn't exist in Classic. Guys, what's up? What are y'all doing to me right now? I'm on a roll over here. Can't be doing me like this, guys. I'm in the middle of stream right now. Right, I wasn't saying that it was Classic Plus. I'm just saying SoD was what the Blizzard attempt at maybe like the test for a Classic Plus experience. Yeah, there's too many versions of WoW. That's a trouble. That's a problem that Blizzard has right now that they know that they have. And I think we're going to see some culling of the versions of WoW. I think we're probably going to they're not going to do Warlords of Draenor Classic. I think it ends at Mist of Pandaria, and those characters pretty much get moved over to retail. Classic Anniversary is going to stop at Wrath of the Lich King, and they're going to put that on a constant cycle. You're going to have like the trilogy cycle for Classic Anniversary. You might have a standalone Classic and then Classic Plus. And even then, you still have 4 versions of WoW because retail's not going anywhere. It's the flagship for WoW. It's what's out in front of everything else. More people play retail than they play anything else, I imagine. No, I do play Anniversary. I have a shaman over on Burning Crusade right now. I just haven't been playing it a lot lately, but I do play it a little bit. Is there a classic era for each expansion? Well, no. So like the way that it, like every time a new expansion came out, you were kind of incentivized to not play in the original world of Azeroth. So like you have the if I zoom out here, this was all you had. You had Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, and then, you know, your little island up here, but that's still part of Kalimdor. It's just Teldrassil. Over the years, you know, we would go to Outland, which is a completely different planet. And then there'd be Northrend, and then there'd be Pandaria, and then there'd be these little islands. And like, the world kept getting bigger and bigger, but then they started creating methods for you to traverse the world where you never had to actually see it, between teleporting everywhere. Everybody could teleport. It was really easy to do. And then you got flying, and then you got dragon riding, which is even faster. To now, it's convenient for sure, but it's definitely not. There's no incentive for you to see the world that they've built. And I think that's a shame, because the world's amazing. The world of Warcraft is why you play the game. But you don't see any of it in retail, because you don't have to. You can sit in the capital city, go around, do a couple world quests, but then when you get to end game, you sit in the capital city and queue for a mythic plus, which that some people love that gameplay loop, and I'm not talking shit about it. If it's what makes you happy, if it's how you want to play the game, then do it. It's just not it for me. It's just not the version of the game that I like. Are we blaming Illidan then? Was he the first one to leave Azeroth? We can blame Illidan. I'm cool with that. Although Illidan is my favorite Warcraft character. I think he has one of the best stories. But I'm cool with blaming him. Just don't tell him I said so. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a big deal. Yeah, and I realize that a lot of people play retail because of the speed and the comfort and the convenience. It's easy to come home from a long day at work and bust out a couple mythics and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I never want to give people the impression that I think Classic is better than retail, and retail shouldn't exist. I think retail should exist for the retail player. I think that Classics and iterations of the game like this, they need to exist. Am I in combat right now? Are you serious? I can't even have a bite to eat in here. I think it should exist for the person that wants a slower experience. They want more of an actual MMO experience, and they want to be involved and experience an actual expansive, beautiful fantasy world. So I'm glad that we have those versions, both versions of it. That's the reason why I don't spend a whole lot of time in retail anymore, because it's just not the experience I'm looking for. Yeah, I think it's good that you get to play both. I'm glad that they have that. I think it was a smart move by Blizzard to keep, you know, they have to keep some version of Classic alive, which is why I really do think that we'll probably get Anniversary. We'll switch to a constant, like, 3 expansion loop ending with Wrath of the Lich King. Then you'll have retail. You'll probably have Classic Plus, and then they may just have a Classic only experience for people that only want to play Classic. That would be 4 versions of the game, which I still think might be too much, but maybe not. I wouldn't say Classic Plus has been confirmed, but it's pretty much been confirmed. Between data mining, Project Camelot, the fact that they've been going after basically every Classic Plus private server out there legally, getting them taken down. It's the same thing that they did before they launched Classic back in 2019. They got rid of Nostalrius. They don't want any competition for their version. So that's pretty much, people are pretty convinced that it'll probably be announced in September at BlizzCon. So I'd keep your eye on that. Project Camelot is the name that has been data mined that they're pretty sure represents Classic WoW. It is you'll have to look it up, but there was a snippet or an image that looked like it was taken on someone's cell phone who was on the inn when all this stuff was getting laid out a year or two ago. You know, how they had like their little meeting deciding on their timeline for rolling out things. And there is a era Project Camelot right around Q3, Q4 of 2026 that people are pretty confident is Blizzard's Classic Plus. Yeah, server 1.6 server or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Mills, it'd probably be a good thing to look into, honestly, if you're curious about where they're going with Classic Plus. I mean, nobody has any real information about what Blizzard's version of Classic Plus is going to look like. But that's what people think. And of course, there are already probably hundreds of videos on YouTube of various different creators giving their take on what Classic Plus should be. It's what I hope. I don't know what Classic Plus should be. I just hope it's fun. I hope it's fun and everybody who's been waiting for it plays it and has a good time. And I hope that they get to do that for at least 6 months. I don't want it to be something that dies in the first month, but it doesn't have to last for 3 years either. I just want people to get something that they want, that they enjoy playing, and that it's worth all the, hype that people have been talking about for years. I like it when people are happy. I like it when people get what they ask for, get what they want. And I don't think it's something that Blizzard can't do. It comes down to, will they prioritize their player base or will they prioritize their shareholders? Because we don't always align on what makes a game good. You miss SoD. What's going on, Travis? Well, come back, man. There's kind of like a little bit of a community push for a fresh SoD right now. I'm on Wild Growth Alliance, and it's pretty popping. There's a lot of people playing. I appreciate the follow, Primal Domain. Thank you so much. It's a corporation. It's going to always be shareholders. You're right. And I know that. But I guess there's always that hope that, one day they'll actually, maybe our desires will align, which I don't know why they wouldn't. Whatever makes us happy should make them happy because it makes them fucking money. I don't know how we're so far apart on what we think makes a game good. They just seem to think, hey, as long as you can get microtransactions in there. For me, it's like, build a game that people want to play. Build a world people want to be in, and they will give you $15 a month to play it. This game is still running on a subscription platform. There's almost no other game I can think of. People bitch about having to pay $60 or $70 for a game one time. People have been paying $15 a month for this game for 20 years. They're doing something right. So you know that you have a core audience of people that will pay to play this game. Don't piss them off. Don't let them down. It can't be that hard to do it right. It can't be. And they have the advantage that probably a lot of other companies don't have. They already have tried and true private servers out there that have gotten thousands upon thousands of people to log in and play. Blizzard can just go look at what worked. I mean, that's probably what they did. If they were smart, that's what they would have done, is they would have been like, okay, I would not be surprised if they didn't borrow from Turtle WoW and Ascension and all this other stuff. That would have been the smart thing to do. Do I play Alliance or Horde on the anniversary? I am Horde on anniversary. I play an Orc Shaman. It is so foggy up here. Wow. This fog density is crazy. We got a 43 Dwarf Priest on Wild Growth. I'm currently level 29. Guava. Or Captain Croc, I mean, sorry. Do creative mode where public gets to make servers. It's the trending thing in a lot of games. Yeah, I saw somebody else have that idea or that take. Yeah, I mean, like a public server where people get to create it and stuff like that, maybe. But I don't think Blizzard will ever give creative control of their IP over to anyone like that. I don't think they'll do it. The only time they've ever done it is the company that runs Blizzard-esque servers over in China. I can't remember what that company's name is, but they will not give us creative control over servers and stuff like that. They won't do it. That won't happen. What they're going to do is they're going to give Tennyson, that's right, yeah. They're going to give us their version of Classic Plus. It'll be a live service game. They will have a team dedicated to it. I guarantee you it's the same team that did a Season of Discovery. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they proved that. But I'm almost positive that it will be the same team that ran Season of Discovery will be in charge of the live service updates for Classic Plus, and it will be a live service update game where they will continue to add content to it in the world of Azeroth. And you can get several years of horizontal like progression type content inside of just this game, just the base game, if they do it right. There are no plague spreaders up here, by the way, that I can see. I wonder if there's any more Ladim groups. Probably not, but we're going to check it out anyway. Yeah, in my opinion, Season of Discovery was a test run to see if people would want to return to the game. Now, like Mills said, this is not Classic Plus. This is a very bare bones idea of like what would Classic look like? What would power balancing look like if we added all these abilities back into the game? You know what I mean? Because Classic Plus, are they just going to do away with PvP altogether because they don't know how to balance the new abilities that they may give? Appreciate the follow, Horse Crazy. Because I don't think that would be fun. I feel like in order for the game to be good, for people to enjoy the game, you need to have a PvP element. WoW's always had PvP. Faction war is very important to the core of this game, so you need to have that. But they didn't. I'm pretty sure they don't have PvP inside of Season of Discovery, did they? Pretty sure they kept that out of it. There was no like arena or battlegrounds and shit like that, I didn't think. They don't like to admit it, but PvP is still a large portion of players. Is it? I've always found that there are more people raiding because they always base server numbers off of raiding numbers, right?
You need something?
Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. Most of the people that I play with, most people don't PvP anymore. That's not why I play this game. I PvP'd through one expansion, like Mist of Pandaria. I didn't hardly raid at all that expansion. I mainly PvP. That was the only time I really ever seriously PvP'd in this game. Most of my interest in this game has always been the PvE, player versus environment, stuff like that. That's always been, you know, my personal preference. And also, I'm not that good at PvP. You know, I was okay in Mist of Pandaria. I played a Paladin, and Paladins slap cheeks in Mist of Pandaria. There was, at one point in time, the Hammer of Wrath, you could pop that and one-shot somebody. I actually did several times on Strand of the Ancients. You guys remember Strand of the Ancients? They took that out of the game. I fucking liked it. I actually liked that that little battleground. Oh, damn. The top streamers all PvP. Yeah, and they're all fucking really good at it, too. But see, I'm not good like that. I'm not a Zaryu. I'm not a Sobek or any of those guys that have been like, that have like gotten so fucking good at the classes that they play for PvP that like that's literally what they're known for. I'm just not. I've never been that good at it. There was one time when me and my good friend Twiddly though were kicking some ass on Burning Crusade anniversary. You remember that, Twiddly? We gave him the old mage shaman combo and they couldn't handle it. I don't know if he's still in here or not, but he was in here. We gave him the what for? We gave him the business, you might say. But I'll tell you what, guys, I hope, even though we may have different opinions on what makes the game good or what would make Classic Plus good, I hope we all get something that we enjoy. I hope whatever they do give us, it's something that we can all enjoy. I doubt it's going to be everything that we want, but hopefully it's close enough. Hopefully it's good enough. Yeah, he's still in here. Same, Mills, 100% the same. I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun, and I want to have fun with other people in the game. I really hope that they're able to sort of bring back, incentivize playing with other people again. That was like one of the best parts about, and here's the cool thing. This is the cool thing that Classic Plus could do that Classic couldn't do. Classic, even though Classic was successful, I'm not saying that it was doomed to fail, but Classic was doomed to never be exactly like vanilla because we already knew everything there was to know. There was an answer for every question you had. Hey, where's this quest item? What's the fastest way to get this weapon or this item, or what's the best way to level in this area? We had all the questions already answered because we had done them 20 years ago or 18 years ago or however many years ago. We had already done it before. The best thing that Classic Plus will have to offer is that if it is the soul of the original game, but it's all new, it'll still take people time to optimize the fun out of it. We'll actually have a new world that is still the classic world to explore. And that, I think, is very exciting. That is something that Classic could never do because we already knew everything. So that's what I'm excited for if they do it right with Classic Plus. Exactly, Captain Croc. That's exactly what I want. I want it to be the same artwork, the same art style, but just new areas. New areas that look, I want them to make the game new areas, new abilities, but I want it to look like they made it in 2005 or 2006. That's what I want. Because I think we're all, oh shit. All right, I might be in trouble here, fellas. I think we're all in the same boat when we say that graphic fidelity doesn't equal a good game. Sure, when I'm playing, certain games, I enjoy that the graphic fidelity looks good. But I've never played WoW for the graphics. Okay, this game, it's not about the graphic fidelity of the game. But I've come to realize that the old school graphics, I prefer them. I prefer the way this game looks as it did 20 years ago. Reuse old assets in a new way. Mills, I couldn't have said it better myself. Reuse the old assets in a new way. Dude, they could make housing in Classic Plus, but make it with old assets. And it would still, people probably wouldn't give a shit. Because it would still feel like Azeroth and the World of Warcraft. As a retail player, you have one complaint. Well, hit me with it, Twiddly. What is it, brother? Keep your hopes low so you're excited either way. I completely agree with you, brother. I really do. They had a survey a while ago that asked how players felt about housing in Classic. If you did it with, like you said, with old assets and did it properly, I think people would be okay with it. They'd be fine with it. It's not the housing itself. It's that housing was dangerously close to almost being another garrison type thing. I don't think it turned out to be that way, but anytime you put something in the game that incentivizes people to not be in the world, but to be in their own little area, you run the risk of it being like, hey, I log on to WoW, but it feels so small. The world feels so small. I'm alone in my house. But people enjoy it because they get to really put a lot of creativity into it, more so than you did with your garrisons. And I think that's what's carried it through. And plus you have the neighborhoods, and I think they did housing well. It just ain't my jam. No guilds cater to a casual player. As soon as a group that can prog emerges, it loses its soul. It makes it hard to find your people. Yeah, the game should be community over progression. I completely agree with you. That's one of the reasons why I do not think they need to put any tier difficulties in Classic Plus. I don't think they need to have heroic and mythic versions of raids. I think you need to make a raid one difficulty. That way progression remains the same, and when you achieve the goal of beating it, you beat it. Classic was never about hardcore in-game raiding. It was never difficult. The most difficult part of raiding in Classic was getting 40 people to show up every week. But when you set different tiers for different skill levels for players, what Twiddly said is very true. It becomes progression over community, and then the game starts to lose its soul. I agree with you 100%, Twid. Yeah, there was no incentive to leave the garrison. Exactly. Buddy, what are you doing? All right, guys, I'm going to have to take a small break. I think my dog needs to go shit. So, but listen, don't go anywhere. I mean, if you go somewhere, it's fine. I'm not going to be mad about it. I mean, I might be a little hurt, but I'll be back and we'll continue this discussion. Okay. 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 Oh, I died. Well, that happens. Oh, were you guys taking bets on how long I was dying? How long it would take for me to die? I see you over here. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh shit. Yeah, let me hold on. Just give me a second. Let me go back and read this chat here. Okay. 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 Is this new? No. Okay. Same servers, no updates. Fine. Can't wait for Classic Plus. Same mic. All right. Oh shit. I'm dead. So I take it you heard the wolf or whatever. It looks like it was a wolf beating the shit out of me, and nobody saved the day. I expected someone to log in, come and save me. Unacceptable. This is unacceptable, guys. Well, that can sometimes happen. But damn, God, it broke my, or well, I mean, it didn't quite break them, but it almost broke my shoulders and my feet. All right. So there was a res. Somebody actually rezzed me, and I wasn't here for it. Jesus. Talk about the luck. All right. All right. All right. Well, we're back. That's crazy. What are the odds? What are the odds that somebody would walk by? I mean, it is my fault. If we're being honest, that was 100% on me. That was a terrible spot to take a break at. Need a little sip of the juice here. Okay. All right, how many fucking plague spreaders do we need? Just 3 more. All right, we're almost done with this damn quest. We've been over here for a minute. About had enough of it. About had enough of these damn plague spreaders. But I haven't had enough of y'all. I appreciate you guys coming in here and hanging out with me tonight. It means a lot. All right, well, I'm stunned for the next hour and a half. Give me a second. And I sincerely hope that no matter what version or whatever Blizzard gives us, I hope that whatever it is, it's something that we can all find enjoyment in and we have fun in. That's what I want more than anything, because I'm always going to want to love this game. I love the Warcraft universe. I hope that they do more with it. I mean, I'm still waiting on a animated, series. I feel like you just do it animated. You don't have to do live. You don't have to do like a live action series. There's so much lore and story. This universe is so big and so built out. There's so much stuff they can do with it. And I hope that they do, but I hope they do it right. They're working with Netflix on something animated. Great. I wish it wasn't Netflix. I almost hate everything Netflix puts out. They usually ruin IPs. Witcher. Witcher. Netflix has a bad habit of ruining shit. So kind of hope not. But whatever. Not one fucking plague splitter left over here. Looks like we're gonna have to go underneath, boys. You don't think they want anyone making it though? They'll likely make it. Well, I'll say one thing for Blizzard. They know how to make cinematics. Oh, hold on. Get back here. Let me buff you, piece of shit. I will not be known as the pally who didn't buff. They're good at cinematics. Now, their cinematics, I don't know that they could make a series animated as well as their cinematics, for the simple fact that costs a lot of money, and most of their cinematics are a few minutes long. If you're trying to make a show animated like that caliber of animation, but into like a full, 30-minute episode or something like that, and then multiple episodes a season, that's actually a task. That is a tremendous undertaking financially and everything else. I don't think you would get the caliber of animation that you see in like the Diablo 4 animations or whatever for Lord of Hatred. That was some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. Whether you like those games or not, it's irrelevant. Like they know how to make cinematics. So yeah, I mean their animation department could probably make something like that, but I mean that requires storyboarding and all kinds of stuff. But not saying they couldn't do it. They might. Didn't they get rid of a whole bunch of employees? Like was Blizzard caught up in the Microsoft purge? Now that Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard, I don't know, but I think they downsize a little bit there too. Microsoft got rid of quite a few people. Okay, well, we're done with the plague spreaders. Hodor, what are you doing in here? We just went outside. We're not going again. Don't you give me that bullshit. We need to go over here to Sveen. His little camp. Dog, I ain't gonna find... Ain't nobody doing Morladim. Ain't nobody into it. Why? Why not? I ain't seen one person. All good, Captain Croc. All good, brother. All right. Some brain eaters up there. I mean, it ain't gonna make much difference. I'm not gonna be able to handle him at 29 any better than I could at 28. Although, here's Dunclesian. Whatever that fucking guy's name is. Perhaps he would want to join in on the fun. All right, we're gonna fucking hold on. Huh? Duskwood. But you're just listing for strictly just quests, like not a specific quest. Fine. Are there a lot of people playing SoD? Chris, yeah, there's quite a few people playing SoD right now. I'm on Wild Growth is the server, playing Alliance obviously, and it's pretty active. There's a lot of people in Ironforge and Stormwind, a lot of people playing, and we've been speculating this entire time. I don't know how long you've been in here, but it's probably because of the expectation of an announcement pretty soon for Classic Plus, most likely in September at BlizzCon. Jesus. BlizzCon. And I think that there's a lot of people that's just like, yeah, like I want Classic Plus so bad. The closest thing I can play right now is Season of Discovery, which is probably not true. Obviously, I know that there are other private servers out there that haven't been shut down yet. So, but yeah, that's kind of the gist that I'm getting. There's a community push right now just to play some Season of Discovery. That was a very long-winded way for me to say, yes, Chris, there's a lot of people playing SoD right now. SoD will be dying. SoD is over. But there's no live updates for SoD. People are just playing it for fun. No other reason. And it will go away. I think when they announce Classic Plus, the SoD servers will be shut down. And Classic Plus is what you'll be left with. I don't know. They might even give people the option to transfer Classic Plus or SoD characters over to Classic Plus. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Fuck! I didn't see his bitch ass. Fucking get away from me. More late him. Okay, we'll stun him. Stun him. Fuck yeah. Ain't got time for that. Yeah, Mop's dead. It's going away. They're not going to do Warlords of Draenor. I'm almost positive they're not going to do that. They're going to get rid of... So the initial classic realms, those are going to go away. This is all speculation, by the way. I don't have confirmation of this. Those are going to go away. Classic Anniversary, which is currently in Burning Crusades, going to do Wrath Lich King, and then they're just going to stick in the trilogy. Right in that trilogy. They'll do Classic, Burning Crusade, Wrath of Lich King. Classic plus retail. That's honestly all they need to have. 3 versions of the game. That's it. We'll see. Is there a new people playing? No, this is just wild growth. Rumor is a fresh classic in 2027. Maybe they will keep this going. Like, they won't stop. As long as people will pay the subscription to play it, they will keep providing it. They will not stop that. But I think they're not going to have 2 running different versions of the game. Like, I don't think they're going to give people the ability to play through every era of WoW again. Because then you're trying to run a classic version that's Warlords of Draenor, but then you're trying to run a classic version that's TBC. Like, they're going to get rid of one of the 2. And I just imagine they'll keep fresh classic TBC and Wrath, scrap the original classic plus retail. I could be completely wrong. Like I said, this is just speculation. No classic midnight? Probably not. Well, that's what I'm saying. At the speed that they're moving, they will eventually probably catch up. Wouldn't you think? Like, I don't see a point, because WoW is broken up into like 3 eras, right? You have classic, Burning Crusades, and Wrath of the Lich King, which to me represent classic World of Warcraft. Then you have a pre-modern version, which was Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, and Warlords of Draenor. Modern WoW really kind of started in Legion. Now, I know Legion and Midnight are really different, and Legion was a good expansion. But a lot of the systems that exist inside of modern WoW, the whole... They slap a new face on it, but the whole borrowed power thing and all that stuff kind of started in Legion. So you have 3 distinct eras of WoW. You've got Classic, which is your first, Classic, and then TBC, Wrath. You've got a pre-modern WoW, which was Cataclysm, Warlords, or Cataclysm, Mists, Warlords, and then Legion on is pretty much modern WoW at this point. Well, Pinlog, I think we are going to get Classic Plus. We just don't know in what shape it's going to take. Because with all the information accessible out there on the internet, people are pretty sure it's coming, but we don't know what shape it's going to end up taking. They better think quick with Guild Wars 3 announced. I'm going to be honest with you, bud. Guild Wars has never been a competitor for WoW. It never has. There has been no MMO. Everybody has claimed to be the WoW killer. Nothing's done it. People will still play this game, pay a subscription to this game over games that are free to play. But it's never been... Guild Wars has never been competition for World of Warcraft. It hasn't. I'm not saying Guild Wars is a bad game. I'm just saying it has never... There has been no MMO that has had WoW cowering in the corner. This game has been successfully operating at millions of subscriptions every month for 20 years. People trying Guild Wars out. And I'm not, and I mean, like I said, I know there's people that like Guild Wars, and I think that it's you know, it's a fine game, and I don't think there's anything wrong with playing it. But yeah, I don't think that's a concern to them at all.
Hey there. Safe travels.
The fuck? That's an ammo pouch. I don't need either of those. Just take
See you
that.
around.
What the fuck? All right. I already got a bunch of 10 slot bags. This one isn't even going to help. I need to sell some shit. Well, I'm not going to sell nothing to her. This guy wants to buy my goods for sure. Yeah, Mills, you're 100% right. The only WoW killer is WoW itself. It's 100% correct. The only thing that can kill WoW is Blizzard or Activision or Microsoft. But WoW is a money printer, and they know that. Like, they know that this thing prints fucking money. So you got to be really fucking stupid to screw it up. Because, and I'm speaking about myself as much as any of you, WoW players, we are very fucking easy to reel back in. We can swear up and down we'll never touch another Blizzard product. We're tired of this bullshit and all their bullshit. And then they'll release a cinematic and we're like, well, fuck, that looks good. Fuck, I'm probably going to resub. Like, we're all the same. You know, we'll talk all the shit in the world and then we'll see a cinematic, or Chris Metzen will come out and he'll just be like, fucking let's go. And everybody's like, fucking, yep, I'm gonna resub. I'm gonna do it. We are Neil. That's 100%. We're suckers for it, man.
Go with honor, friend.
And I think I know why. And it's really because we're good people. It's really because we got big hearts, because we're always hoping somewhere deep down they're gonna hit the fucking nail on the head and we're gonna be back, baby. And sometimes we are. Sometimes we are for a month or two. Sometimes that initial feeling, a bunch of people everywhere in a main city or in the new quest zone, and you're like, fuck, I'm a part of a expansive big world.
Safe travel.
What Twiddly was talking about earlier, you get a little bit of that community. It just doesn't last very long before it switches over to nothing but progression. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the best you can be in the game that you're playing. But too many people get locked into that. And then too many people try to gatekeep the content and say, oh, well, we can't take you because you're not spec'd a certain way. You don't have this particular piece of gear. You're not doing this or you're not doing that. And then it's like, well, fuck, I don't want to interview for a fucking position to play this fucking game.
See you around.
SoD launch level 25 cap was one of the best times you ever had in WoW. Exactly. When it was rolled out in phases, you could only get to level 25. They put a level 25 fucking raid in the game. You know, they just turned Black Fathom Deeps into a raid. That was genius. Such a great idea. Yeah, honestly, I hope they do that with Classic Plus. I hope it has a similar phasing system to what Season of Discovery had. You know, the first phase levels capped at 20, 25, whatever, for a few weeks, and then people are just doing that content. It's a great idea. Great idea. 100%, Neil. I agree with you. I think SoD is very addicting, and it's just, you can easily just have fun. There's no pressure. The best part about SoD ending, the best part about playing Season of Discovery right now and you knowing that it's going to end or be discontinued soon is that there's no pressure. You're just playing it to have fun. There's no pressure to get to the fucking end game and do any raids or anything. You can if you want, no big deal. You're just playing. You're just playing the game. Questing, which is, goddamn it, I've said it so many times, that is what this game was designed to be. It was designed to be a journey, an adventure. It was not meant to be this fucking get to end game as fast as possible. You are meant to be a part of a world, playing inside of this world. You're hoping for Arena and Classic Plus, all you do is PvP these days? Maybe. That's going to be tough to balance. If they really do throw in a whole bunch of like new stuff into the game, new abilities and stuff like that, Blizzard, it takes them a few tries to get the balancing correct for something like that. I'm not saying that I don't. I mean, I really feel like they need to figure it out because PvP is a pretty big part of the game, so they need to have PvP in the fucking game. But yeah, they're going to have to balance it properly. But even in classic, vanilla WoW, there were classes that were just better at PvP than other classes, okay? There were certain classes that would always beat another class. You could have two equally skilled players, and sometimes you would just have a class advantage. Rogues were a fucking nightmare. So I wouldn't say that they had everything balanced then. So maybe there'll be some growing pains like there've always been. And we'll all just get over it and keep playing the game because we fucking love it. You like the idea of no PvP gear decked out in raids? Go clock some heads in Warsong Gulch. True. I liked PvP gear when it was put into the game just because I didn't like the fact that someone who was able to get in... See, the only reason that I don't like that is because somebody who had a group or someone they could go raiding with and stuff like that was obviously going to be better off than people who maybe couldn't get into raids because they spent all their time PvPing. Introducing PvP gear into the game was like, hey, if you spend your time PvPing, you should be able to, that should pay off, and you should be able to have gear that makes you better at PvP. I never had a problem with having two sets of gear. I always had that shit macroed and set up to where I could flippity flop them. But to each their own. To each them own. Yeah, PvP might make a hard entry point for newcomers, but that's kind of the point, right? You start off weaker, you're not going to do that great, but you're still going to get honor points from being in the battlegrounds. You might be getting your shit rocked, but slowly and surely over time, you'll get your pieces, and then you'll get to feel the scale of it as you get more and more powerful. You get a nice pair of shoulders, or your weapon's the first thing you go for, right? I always enjoyed it. But also, the times that I really PvP'd in the game, like in Mist of Pandaria, you could still do really good if you had raid gear. Like, pretty sure... Well, no, this was Cataclysm, but fucking Gorth... What was the fucking sword you got from Deathwing? Girthrak or whatever? Excuse me. I had that on my Paladin, and boy, I shit on people with that thing. There was a battle of Gilneas. Me and two buddies of mine. We might have been running triple Paladin, and we all had Girthrak. I hope I'm saying the name of the sword right, but we're just going to call it that from now on. And boy, three Paladins handled that whole team in battle for Gilneas. Dude, we handled them. Granted, we were probably a little overpowered at the time. Not a big deal. Those are some good days, though. Good times. We're all about to feel like gods anyway. iPad generation is getting WoW soon. What? Oh, well. That's the thing, though, right? iPad generation, probably not going to be playing WoW. Most people still like gun and ball games, man. Most of that younger generation, that's what they're going to be playing. Gun and ball games, which is fine. Play what you like. That's why WoW has changed into what it has. They are aware that their audience is aging, okay? And those of us that still make the time to play the game, that's good. But there's plenty of people out there that loved this game 20 years ago, but they just don't have the time or the desire to play it anymore. And so Blizzard was like, well, we've got to make this game more attractive to people who are not attracted to the classic experience and who aren't influenced by nostalgia. That's why they have housing. That's why they have pet battles, and they have all these collection things that you can do. You can get on WoW, and you can barely play the core elements of fucking WoW and still have plenty of shit to do now in retail. There's WoW remakes on Roblox, but they won't play the actual thing. That is bizarre. That's pretty bizarre. You should probably just get them on the real thing, right? Retail is too fast paced for me. Yeah, and it's designed to be that way. It's one of the reasons why I don't like it either. And I think Twiddly was saying the exact same thing. You lose out on the community of it because it's all about progression and moving as fast as you can. If you, the thing about retail is if you miss 2 weeks or something like that and come back, everybody's done outgeared you and you're just left behind. Like, if you miss out on 2 weeks or whatever, and Mythic Plus running and stuff like that, you come back and you missed your vaults for 2 weeks or whatever, everybody's 10, 15 item levels higher than you and they're not wanting to do the key levels you were doing. And that's it. You and your core group aren't playing together anymore because they've outpaced you. Yeah. Most people who are, well, most of the newer generation is used to getting faster dopamine. I mean, we all kind of are. We're all sort of been punished by our own pursuit of convenience, right? But yeah, most people couldn't stand the slog, which I don't believe it's that, but what is the classic leveling experience and stuff like that. This game is rewarding in a different way. It's a slow burn, but it's like being on an IV drip, a very slow one. It's very, very rewarding, and then occasionally you get to hit that pain button to get that sweet amount of pain medicine or whatever. All right, this is making me sound like an addict. This analogy is not working as well as I wanted it to, but you know what I'm trying to say? When you get a fucking blue item or a fucking purple item in Classic, that shit fucking mattered. Now it's extremely easy to obtain, and you get it weekly, multiple times. There's nothing epic or rare about anything in retail. I'm sorry, that analogy got away from me. I thought it was going to work, and then it went in a different direction. Getting a new talent point is like getting a quick hit of a rock. Yeah, so it's like getting mount is like godly. Now mounts are handed out like candy. Exactly. There's no real... The only challenge, in my opinion, that exists inside of retail is when you start to do the higher end, more difficult Mythic Plus or Mythic rating content. That is a challenge, right? Coordinating that many people, doing everything right, but it's not really about... It's just about how fast you can push your buttons, right? It becomes sort of a button mashing thing. Push your buttons fast enough and at the right time, and you'll do just fine. The rewards inside of a classic version of the game are absolutely... They're slower paced. It's a much slower burn, but man, when you get them, it's a sense of accomplishment that I just don't feel like I ever get in anything in WoW. The closest feeling that I think that I get in retail WoW to that is like when we do achieve, getting to a certain keystone level and stuff like that, or we get down that boss we've been working on for a few weeks. Like, that feels good. But that's about it. Most of the smaller, more, stepping stone things don't really exist because it's all, like you said, kind of handed to you. Yep. Listen, I appreciate anybody who still enjoys retail. I'm not going to say that people shouldn't or that they're wrong to do so. I have played retail recently. I stopped in this season. I played the first season. I played a little bit of the first season of Midnight. I didn't finish it, of course. I kind of just was like, it's not really for me. I'm not having a whole lot of fun. I want to play other games, and I stepped away. But yeah, no, I've got no gripe against anybody that wants to play retail. I don't ever want to see the game die. As someone who loves WoW, who has loved WoW for 20 years, even if I am not playing retail, even if I'm not enjoying it, I don't want to see it die. I hope it lives on. I hope that for generations to come, people get to explore this world. That's how much I enjoy this game. It's how much I love and how much I feel for it. Even if the game isn't made for me anymore, I don't want to see it die. I mean, nothing lasts forever, but I think that this game still has many more years left. Hopefully, if they do it right. Mounting up for the first time on an epic mount is straight dopamine. That's 100% correct. Especially after walking for, mounting up on your first mount is pretty much straight dopamine because you've been walking for 40 fucking levels, and that right there is something else. You finally get to mount up, you're like, holy shit, 60% faster, never felt so good. You can't play Classic without retail. Well, you're just paying a subscription. You're just paying a subscription for. Just look at it as you're paying your prescription. You're paying a subscription for Classic. Don't even look at it as you're paying for retail. That's the way I choose to look at it. They're not going to give you Classic for free. They're just not going to do that. I'm just glad that they didn't tack on an additional cost whenever they announced Classic, Danny. Because whenever they first announced it, there was speculation. People were like, okay, is this going to be covered under the $15 subscription that I'm already paying? Or is it going to be like an additional $5? They could have easily went that route. It would have pissed people off, but people probably still would have fucking paid it. I'm just glad that they were like, hey, no additional cost. You just have to maintain an active subscription to World of Warcraft, and you can play 4 or 5 different versions of the game. I don't think that's a bad deal. WoW will never go free to play. Don't give them ideas. That's fair. Well, they couldn't do it now. You couldn't implement that now. It definitely would piss people off. Then why not charge a part of it? What do you mean? Like just make it cheaper? Only charge like half of it? Because they don't have to. Because they basically set a subscription point. Because right now you're really just paying a subscription to the universe of World of Warcraft. The universe of Warcraft is what you're paying a subscription for. You want to play retail? Great. Your $15 gets you that. You want to play Classic? It gets you that. You want to play Season of Discovery? It gets you that. You want to play Classic Anniversary? It gets you that. And it's all covered under one subscription, $15 a month, which might be steep for some, not for others, but the price hasn't changed in 20 years, so that's a good thing. Game Pass is free to play. Well, since Microsoft picked it up, but you're still paying for Game Pass, which is what, $30? So unless you're playing a lot of other Xbox games to offset that cost, you're actually paying more. Oh, you're saying it could be included in Game Pass. Is it not currently? I didn't know that. I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't done that. I would have thought they would have done that because then it would have incentivized WoW gamers who also own an Xbox, or you don't even think you need an Xbox anymore. You can just play it on your fucking computer. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that yet, but maybe they're just keeping those separate. Oh my God, finally, level 30. That was a slog, my boys. That was a slog. Oh man, boys, I hate to have to wrap it up on you, but we are coming up on the 2.5 hour mark, and I have got to get some dinner ready for the wife. She will be home before too awful long. I hate to leave you guys because I've had a hell of a time talking to all of you and really just shooting the shit and talking shop about this. But I want to tell you, if you like what you saw and you had a good time with me this evening, I will be back tomorrow, probably around the same time, 6:37 Eastern Standard Time, playing Season of Discovery, and we can talk some more shop then and all that good stuff. But I really appreciate you guys deciding to hang out with me tonight. It's been a blast so much. This is one of my first major streams coming back to streaming. I had actually taken a break for about 2 months and so about give or take. I had a couple little hit or miss streams here and there. And this has kind of been the longest one that I've done since coming back. And I really appreciate you guys because you made me remember why I enjoy streaming so much. Just having some people in the chat and talking video games. And that is literally what I want to do. It's why I enjoy doing this. So it means a lot to me. Much love, Mills. Thank you so much, my friend, for hanging out. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. If you got something going on, no big deal. I usually stream 3 or 4 nights a week. And I'll update stuff on my TikTok or whatever to let you know stream times and stuff like that. But until then, guys, you guys take care. Have so much fun. Whatever version of the game you're playing, whether it's retail, classic, SoD. If you're not even playing WoW right now, I hope you're enjoying what you're playing. And we will catch you guys on the next one, all right? Peace out. Bye.